All right, let's begin the show by putting the spotlight on River. It's a Bangalore-based startup building multi-utility electric scooters, and they've announced a $40 million fundraise, Series B, led by Yamaha Motor. Joining in is Aravind. He is the co-founder and CEO of River. Thanks so much for taking time out. To begin with, let's just talk about this $40 million, a sizable fundraise, and that's led by Yamaha. Tell us about what you will be utilizing the funds toward.
So we are deploying the funds for scaling up our distribution and manufacture and distribution and service network around the country, number one. Number two, scaling up manufacturing. And number three, increase our R&D capability and also work on the next product. So all three directions.
Sure. So, Aravind, given that this is a collaboration with an existing big player in the space like Yamaha, how will you really leverage their expertise, their technology, all of their capabilities on design, etc.?
At this point, this is a purely financial investment, but there are multiple options for strategic alignment in the future. Yamaha was quite impressed by the pace and agility at which we were able to get the product developed and from scratch and taken to market in around 24 months. And we always look up to the kind of manufacturing prowess and the quality standards and performance standards that Yamaha stands for. So as a young company, there are multiple things that is there for us to learn from them. And also the kind of tech that we have built out in EV is something that they will be also be able to leverage.
So what is the cumulative fundraise that you have undertaken so far? Because since the inception in the year 2021, there have been some rounds of fundraising. How much have you raised? Any word on valuations?
We've raised over $65 million since our inception. We did this in 4 rounds. We did a seed round of $2 million in March 21, a Series A of $11 million in April 22, and a pre-Series B of another $15 million in April 23, and now $40 million in Series B. We have jumped around 15 to 20x in valuation since we started. We have never done a down round, even in tough times, and yeah, that's where we are.
Right now, Indy, which is one of the products, it made a strong debut in the Indian market. Tell us about the kind of potential that you see for it in India, how it's performing in terms of volume sold, what is the potential as well for the international markets, because that's something that you're exploring.
Yes, international plans are there, but not for the first couple of years. We are very focused on scaling up in the Indian market right now. Today, we started selling Indy in Bangalore in October 2023. We have sold close to 200 units already in Bangalore. Our first store is opened in Bangalore on the 15th of Jan. Now we are looking at scaling up our distribution and service presence, as I told you, around the country. India has been well accepted. There is very strong demand. We are actually scrambling our manufacturing to meet the demands right now.
How many units have you sold so far? Can you give us a sense in terms of what it's been like?
We've done an average of around 50 units per month from October. In February, this month, we'll do 100 a month, and March, we'll go to 300 a month. This is only in Bangalore. And over the next 8 to 10 months, we want to open around 10 cities. There is already pre-orders and orders from all these cities. And yeah, so every city we have an average target of selling around 200 vehicles per month. So by the end of the year, we will reach a run rate of around 1,500 to 2,000 units per month.
And how are you looking at really expanding your presence, growing your financials? What are some of the key growth drivers for the country? I believe you've seen a valuation increase of something like 15 to 20 times in the last 2.5 years.
So the plan to grow has got 3 levers, right? Number one is distribution and service network. We do not want to start selling in a city without setting up the distribution and service in that particular city. So in Bangalore, the first store is a company-owned operated store. We are actively in discussion with dealer partners for scaling up to the next 10 cities, which will be dealer-operated stores. The regular dealership model is what we are looking at scaling. So by the time, to address a financial question, by the end of the year, by the time we get to around 2,000 units per month, that will be approximately around $20-30 million in annualized turnover.
And you plan to launch one more product by 2026. Share the details.
So as I started off in the last question, there are three levers. One is distribution, second is manufacturing scale up, and third is R&D. So, and all three levers are happening in parallel for us. We want to be in around 30 cities by March 25 and 100 cities by March 26. And by the time, as and when we scale up distribution, manufacturing lever also has to scale up and churn out more vehicles. And by the time we are in 100 cities by March 2026, we will launch our second product, which is again going to be a scooter in the utility space.